Hey guys, Weiss Schwarz NiseKoi here again, bringing you another deck profile. Today we'll be doing probably the last NiseKoi deck until we probably get the extra booster. But this is my newest competitive NiseKoi build, so it's going to be yellow-red. It got 17th out of 177 at the Chicago Regional when I brought it, so I was really proud of it. But obviously I didn't make top 8, but well, better luck next time. Just so you know, feel free to check out, obviously, in the future, there's going to be a match between this deck and Andrew's Fate UBW deck, which was the last profile that we had on the channel. So that's going to be coming up soon, but let's go ahead and kick this off. Obviously, we're going to start with the Promise Pendants like we normally do for NiseKoi. Since we are running red-yellow, we are going to be running 2 of the red Promise Pendant. On play, tap 2 of your characters, then salvage 2, and then discard 1, and then you send this card to memory. So that's pretty good, obviously, for hand fixing. And then we also are going to run 2 of the yellow Promise Pendant, which is just a pay 1, send this card to memory, search your deck for any key character. So going to be either salvaging or searching with our Promise Pendants, and once we get them in memory, it's going to give our other characters their abilities and really unlock their potential. So let's go with level 0. For our assists throughout the game, we are going to be using the 0-0 Global 500 Assist Raku. Additionally, on play, you can discard a card and then salvage any Promise Pendant from your waiting room and add it back to your hand. So it helps you with mulligan plays. If you draw a Promise Pendant, ditch it. So if you get a Raku, you can get it back, and it's pretty nice that way. We only run 3. Just because in my past builds, we did run 4, but we had to make some room for colors, so 1 Raku had to go. Even then, it's still super consistent. Next, we're going to be running 2 of the 0 Suicider. It's a basic level 0 Suicider, but additionally, at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can move this to the center position. So pretty good, better than a basic Suicider. Next, we're going to be running 2 on-play Searchers. Pay 1, discard a card, and then you can search for any key character in your deck. We're also going to be running 2 of the Netting Brainstormers. Pay 1, tap 2 of your characters. For each climax revealed out of the 4 in your Brainstorm, search your deck for a key character. Additionally, on attack, you can give 1,000 power to any key character. We're also going to be running 2 of the Pay 1 Brainstormer. Pay 1, for each climax you hit, give 2,000 power to any of your key characters. Additionally, whenever another one of your characters gets reversed, you can give 1,000 power to another character. So it's a good assist card as well in case we don't have Raku. Then we're going to be running 2 Aggressive Girl Marika. On play, look at the top card of your deck, choose to keep it there or put it in the waiting room. Additionally, on play, you can discard a climax card to salvage any character in your waiting room. So good for hand fixing and top checking if you're about to brainstorm. So for yellow, we're going to be adding in 2 Chitoge and Yukatas. This card is from the trial deck, so it's pretty easy to get, and it's a 0-0-2-5. If you have 1 or other less characters, it gains a K and Hand Encore. So it's a 3-5 with Hand Encore. Great first turn, second turn card. Helps you stay into level 0 without having to lose a lot. And then we're going to be running 1 of the Great Disguised Seishiro, which is a 2-5. If you have 2 or less stock, this card gains 1,500, putting it up to a 4K. I really like this card, but we're not running more of it because it is not a key character. It is the only non-key character in the deck, so it does hurt whenever we're trying to get a check for cards that appear later in the deck. But other than that, we have a basic 16 count level 0, which is super consistent in carrying us over to level 1. Obviously for level 1, we have the 4 Promise Pendants, 2 for searching, 2 for salvaging. And then one of the biggest things that we did have to give up from the blue build is we can't run the blue Promise Pendant, which is the 113K backup. But instead, we're going to be running a vanilla backup. This is a promo that you get for showing up at your shops back a long time ago when NiseKoi was coming out. So it's a 1,500 basic backup. There's also one in green, I believe, that's just a Raku. This one looks prettier, so we're running this one, but it's just a basic backup. And we're running 2 of those. Next up, we're going to be running the level 1 Suicider. On play, you get to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a key character, add it to hand, then discard a card. But if you have a Promise Pendant in memory, then it is a level 1 Suicider. So That's really what it's used for, getting over anything we can't worry, or that we can't get over. Then we're also going to be running the Marika's Ordeal Climax combo. This is used for most NiseKoi decks just because it's very, very strong. It combos with the 1k1 gate trigger. On reverse of a character, while this is on the field, you get to salvage a character from your waiting room. So this does mean that it does get hit from the anti-salvage assist in Kantai Collection, but the best way to get around it is just to play one of them and then attack with it last, because then you take the -2 soul after you've attacked with everybody, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But obviously if we're not against Kantai, then this card is still super important and just getting anything that we want in our hand. So that's the first Climax combo, but because of the Kantai, that's the only reason we're running 3, and we had to make room for some other level 1s. And it's not really the main focus anymore, because now we are going to be running Weekend Date Chitoge. It's a 1045 base, but it becomes a 6/5 as long as you have one Promise Pendant in memory, which is super easy to do right in the beginning of level 1, and it's free. So really, this card's super consistent, having a 6/5 on the field. 2 Rakus makes it a 7/5. With a backup, you have a solid 9k on your opponent's turn. And it really carries you over for level 1, level 2, and sometimes even level 3 before they can kill over it, just because the card's really easy and super annoying to deal with. It's a great, great card, and it's really, in my opinion, the base of level 1 here in this deck. Obviously, if this card can't get over something, that's what the level 1 Suiciders are for. But then that leaves our level 1 count at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 15 if you include the Promise Pendants. But even though that may seem small, but the Promise Pendants makes it a little above average, our level 2 game is even smaller. For 1 anti-change backup, it's a 2/1, 2/5 backup. Additionally, when you use this backup, you can pay 2 stock, then discard a card from your hand, and then you can send one character that is higher level than your opponent's level to the waiting room. So it's good for killing cards that people change into. At level 1, in like a level 2 they play at level 1, or a level 3 they play at level 2. It helps at all. It also kills marker cards that gain levels, if that's something you really are worried about. But I will say, like, oh, you're reading the card wrong. Well, no, on the errata, it corrects this, but actually written on the card, it says that you have to send a character on your stage to the waiting room. That is incorrect. It is just a pay to discard, and so that is clarified online, just so you know. So it is much better than people think it is. We're only running one of those, though, which puts us at 3 backups for the deck. And then we are also going to be running this 2/1 Swimsuit Chitoge. It's a 7/5 base, but it gains 1,000 power for every Promise Pendant in memory. On a standard game, you usually get about 2 of them in your memory. Putting this up to a 9/5 with a Raku, it puts it at a 10k, and with 2 Rakus, obviously a 10/5. So it's really, really powerful just by having 2 Promise Pendants in there. Even having 1 Promise Pendant, it's an 8/5, which makes it stronger than most 2/1s. And so yeah, it's super, super good, super consistent, and it carries you over to level 3 if you just get it out immediately. Not really something you have to worry about. Obviously, we have backups to even get it bigger, but on the games that you get even 4 Promise Pendants, it's really hard for your opponent to deal with this card, so it carries over into level 3 as well. That's it for the level 2 game. We're only going to be running 3, so that we can have some more room for level 3s. Start off with the Deep Friendship Chitoge. This is the one we ran in the last build. 3/2 red, 10k base. On play, heal 1. Additionally, you can pay 1, tap 2 of your characters, and then this card gains 2,000 power, and the ability, on reverse of a character, you can put it on the top of your opponent's deck. Really good if you don't want your opponent to encore a card, and sometimes it's better to make sure that the next damage you're going to hit for is that first card is guaranteed to not be a climax by putting a card on top of the deck. It combos really well with the next level 3 that we'll be showing, which is the 1 Chitoge. It's a 3/2 10k. On play, draw 2, discard 1, and then additionally, it's going to be our next climax combo of the deck. When the 2k1 draw 1 diary, which is a yellow climax card, is placed in the climax area, this card gains 4,000 power, and the ability, when damage dealt by this is cancelled, you can deal 1. So it has that extra burn ability on cancel the damage. But right off the bat, it becomes a 14k with Raku is a 15, obviously. And then you can put the 2k1 on one of them, which puts them up at 17. And they just gain the 4k from you just playing the Climax card. So that's always really good. Helps you top over most level 3s, with the exception of a few that get really, really big. And it also helps finish the game with the burn damage. So the best combo I really think of at level 3 is playing 1 of the Deep Friendship and then 2 of the 1 Chitoge. Play the Climax card, which is actually pretty easy to get at level 3 because when you play 2 of these, you get to draw 4 and then discard 2. So you have a pretty good chance of trying to draw a Climax card. So when you play this, obviously, when we play the Climax card, they're gonna get big. So normally I give the 2k to her, but then you use her ability at least once. So if you add it to her, she gets to a 14k. Attack with her first, get the reverse, put the card on top of the deck, attack with one of these next. Usually it goes through because you've got that card on top of the deck and helps it go through. The next one will typically cancel, obviously unless you've been counting really well for your opponent's Climax cards and you get the damage through. And if not, you can really end the game pretty fast. Because if either of those cancel, you get to do an extra damage. So what I think NiseKoi struggles in is finishing the game. This card really helps with that. Even though it doesn't look too good on paper, it's really great in actual practice. So we have 8 level 3s, and that is all for our Climax cards. And that's really the deck, guys. I tried to make it pretty short, but we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, got 17th out of 177 people at the Chicago Regional that we went to, which was a ton of fun. Plan on going to the Texas Regional. We'll have more information about that as it gets closer and closer, which I believe is the first weekend of November. Additionally, check out the match with this deck and Andrew's Fate UBW deck. Yeah, it's a ton of fun, so that'll be coming up soon. And like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a like on the video, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. But this has been Weiss Schwarz NA with another deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you have a good one. Thanks, guys.